What's up guys, welcome to Playing Finite again, another HTC One X versus Samsung Galaxy S3 video for you guys. And this is going to be a battle of the wars between the Samsung Galaxy S3's TouchWiz Nature UI featuring Ice Cream Sandwich and HTC One X's HTC Sense 4.0 UI featuring Ice Cream Sandwich once again. This is running Android 4.0.3, which I'm going to show you guys just so you guys believe me. I know some of you out there won't believe me, so let me just show you. Android 4.0.4 on that, running Android 4.0.3 and HTC Sense version 4.0. So now let's get on with this video and actually compare. So this video is going to be fairly brief, I would say, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's the most in-depth video I'll do on comparing these. But in general, it's not going to be not going to be like 30 minutes long or anything. Hopefully it's not by the end of it. So let's get started. First thing I want to say, both these devices are very smooth, and you can probably see by the way I'm flicking, it's very smooth. So now let me get this in my hand and actually preview it for you guys. So as you can see, it's very fast, and this is the quad-core Exynos 4 processor. You'll have no issues with this whatsoever. I guarantee you. I went into S Voice here, which I'll go over in detail. There's an app menu, so on here it's like this, and on the HTC One X it's like this. So there are a couple of differences that you notice. I'll point them out for you. So up here it says apps and widgets. Samsung went with the kind of ice cream sandwich type of layout, just a standard. Samsung did add a couple of things, such as the ability to do that, but you can flip through the apps. It's continuous scrolling, and it's amazing. I gotta say, amazing. Widgets. There are a couple of widgets here. I'm not going to go in detail for this video, but if you want to see more about each of these phones, you can go check out each respective software video where I go in depth with literally every aspect of the software. It's kind of a review of TouchWiz and a review of that. Now let's go on to HTC One X, and you can see the layout here. So it's pretty much the same. It's very fast in scrolling. It's not continuous, so you have to go back. But it's an amazing phone again for speed, considering that this is running a Snapdragon S4 dual core processor versus quad core there. Here the HTC did implement a couple of different things, and you can see that the apps, the top is basically changed up a bit. There's like a search, a Play Store button, and a menu button there. So the menu buttons used like that. The reason they had to add, the reason they had to add a menu button was because if you notice down here, there's three capacitive buttons. One is the back button, the home button, and the multitasking button. The multitasking, by the way, let's go over it quickly. It's basically like this. So first on the Galaxy S3, there's a home button in the middle, which is an actual physical button. And here we have the, let me bring it up for you. So this video is kind of hard. Anyways, here we have the capacitor button. So there's a back button over here, and then we have that settings button here. We don't have a multitasking button, but if you hold this, press and hold it, it'll bring up your multitasking. So as you can see on the Galaxy S3, it's a bit different because you would scroll up and down like this, just like standard Ice Cream Sandwich, and kind of go left and right to swipe apps off your screen and stuff like that, so that it just removes apps. You have like two options: remove all and task manager. For the HTC One X, however, we do have a bit of difference. So we have that specific multitasking button, and this you scroll horizontally to get to the app, and then you go up to flick it away. You can't go down, you have to go up to flick it away. So that's that. Next up, let's go talk about the widgets. Actually, I want to just talk about these two weather widgets because I know that's important to some people. Before I get into that, let me actually go into settings and show you, just change the brightness. Okay, so there's that. So now I want to talk about the weather widgets. So you can see that they're pretty much different. HTC is known for their widgets. They have many different widgets. I personally don't like the Galaxy S3, and I'm gonna make them lose a point in this section here. I don't like the Galaxy S3's widgets. HTC has much more widgets. I'll even show you, because if you don't believe me. So widgets. So here you have how many pages? You have 9 pages of widgets. Each page has like around 6 widgets, I would say. This you have 26 pages. Each pages have around 4. So that's the HTC One X has more widgets than the Galaxy S3. So of course it's pretty much the same. You just scroll here. There's keyboards. While I'm doing that, let me go back and talk about keyboard. Let me go to that. So the keyboard between the two phones are right there in front of your face. The Galaxy S3, you'll notice, has like a smaller keyboard, so it's a bit lower. The HTC One X is a bit higher, and that's not just because of the tilt. If I tilt, make it straight. There we go. So another thing you'll notice, the Galaxy S3 has a lot of spaces in between the keys. As you can see right now, it has a lot of spaces in between the key, which I love, especially when typing. I don't know, a lot of people have saying that the Galaxy S3 keyboard is awful, but I like it. It has the pop-ups again. and it's totally an amazing keyboard. So you can't go wrong with the Galaxy S3 keyboard in my opinion. But the keyboard, again, it's not very important for Android smartphones nowadays, because obviously Android smartphones, you can just go onto the Play Store and kind of download it for yourself, because there's a lot of customization options. Here's the HTC One X's keyboard. You'll notice that there's not as much spacing in between, which I definitely hate the One X keyboard in that sense. Also, another reason I don't like it is because of the bottom. Let me just show you. So because of the bottom part, there's like these four little buttons to transition between the text. So if I go back, it'll go. It's like for pinpoint accuracy. I don't like that. It's pretty wasteful. And I'm sure HTC shouldn't have implemented that. Well, actually, the touch lock screen. Um, so and then let's go into smart features and kind of conclude this video. So the lock screen here, so this is it's customized. It's like, but this is from HTC though. So there's that this is a ring style. So you would pull the ring to unlock, or you can also you have these quick shortcuts here. You can, for example, if I want to open camera, I would just kind of drag it in that ring and it'll follow it, and then it'll open the camera. Speaking about camera, the camera on the HTC One X is amazing. However, except for the video lag, on the Galaxy S3, it's fairly good too, except there's kind of like a focusing issue. But the HTC One X has a bigger focusing issue. So both of the cameras are amazing. It records 1080p HD, so you won't have any issues with that, and amazing 8 megapixel photos in general. So camera quality is good on both. So let's go back to our lock screen. I think I went over a lot of things. So the lock screen on the Galaxy S3 is a bit different. So it has like this kind of watery effect, which you can change it obviously from the settings menu on Android. You can just download new wallpapers and stuff, but this has a watery effect. Let me see if I could bring it up to you. It also has a nature sound, so hold on one second. Let me put the sound up and now lock it. Now you might be able to hear it, so listen carefully. So you might be able to hear that nature-esque sound. Anytime you touch a button, whatever you do, the Galaxy S3 has these weird nature sounds, and sometimes they can get annoying. Sometimes they're useful. I just turn them down. Anyways, here is like you just go like that, and you just kind of swipe, and it opens automatically. It's very natural, and that's what Samsung was aiming for. You can also do the same thing. So, for example, if I wanted to open the camera, you just take it and swipe it up, and it would open the camera for you. So there's the Galaxy S3 camera. The interface of the camera, actually, they're kind of different, but I would say the Galaxy S3 is a bit better just because how the menus and everything are integrated. I kind of like it. Honestly, they're pretty much, in the end, they come down to the same thing. But the Galaxy S3 is customizable, so you can customize what you want. You just hold it and kind of like drop it in there, and now it's on the top over there. For the HTC One X, you're not able to do that. It's just kind of like a settings menu here. So that's basically for camera. So now, what else could I go over? Smart features, very important. Galaxy S3 smart features, I'm just gonna hands down say Galaxy S3 one already, but let me show you some of them. S Voice, it's like a Siri type of thing. Next up, we have S Memo. That's not really a smart feature, but it's a nice app that was included with the HTC One X. We didn't really get too much. We got the Notes app, we got the PDF viewer, we got a couple of interesting apps, and I like the Personalize app. Because this you can go through and customize almost like every main aspect of your HTC One X. Let me pull it up there and show it to you guys, so you can see what you can customize there, and it's really cool that you can customize all these type of things. So lock screen style. So I put the weather one. You can put whatever standard. This is the stock version. So stock's like this. Let me show you guys. There we go. So now there's no weather thing that pops up. So everything's customizable in terms of each UI, because they're both running under Android. S Memo is very useful. You can like do these note taking and stuff like that. So as you can see, I'm like drawing here. You can change the colors. You can do all sorts of things with this. Next up, let's go on to a couple of smart features which I like. Let me pop on over to the Galaxy S3 setting menu. I'll even show you along the way. Let's go on to display actually. First up, so there's something called Smart Stay, which I kind of disabled, but let me enable that again. But basically, it's if you hold your phone in front of your camera, or basically if you're looking at your phone for a long period of time, what'll happen is your phone might time out if you don't touch it. For example, if you're reading a book. But what Smart Stay does is that it looks, using the front-facing camera, it looks through and detects your eyes and actually keeps the screen awake until your eyes kind of navigate away from it. So that's one smart feature. Another one we have is we have a lot of motion ones. So we have direct call, smart alert. So when you kind of put your phone down, like when you sleep or whatever, you want to pick your phone up, you can put it like that, whatever you want. When you pick your phone up, it'll kind of vibrate in your hand, letting you know that like in the morning that you have some messages and stuff. A nice feature that I like. So there's a lot of features as you can see, but if you want to know each and every one, go check out my Galaxy S3 in-depth video because that's where I do that. Um, but here are some other features that are very interesting. I like the turn over to mute. So basically, if you're in a meeting and your phone's like this, lying on the table, and you get a call by accident, you can just flip it over and it will mute the phone. It'll mute the call. So I really like that feature. HTC One X doesn't really have these smart features, so there's nothing really to go through with the HTC. Other stuff that I could go through is this. So here's a UI. As you can see, it's very different. So Samsung, you can, like I did there, I just swiped to get stuff off the screen. Samsung's the difference between these two is that the settings are here, the clear button's here, the clear button's here, and the settings are there. Ongoing, you can't remove these, so you can't try. You can remove these though, so you just swipe to remove. Another thing Samsung added was these widgets, or HTC removed, was quick shortcuts, and I really liked this. So if you want to turn off your Wi-Fi instantly, you just tap it right there. So if I want to turn off my GPS, I just tap it and now it's off. For the HTC One X, you would have to go into settings and then you would probably go into more, and then you'll find it here somewhere or wherever settings or wherever that is. I can't really find it. I believe it's on the airplane, whatever. You would find it manually and you would get it that way. So I guess I covered everything I want to say about these two devices in comparison. In general, in the end, I'm going to give my vote to the Samsung Galaxy S3 just because of the smart features. Both the UIs, however, like I said, is very smooth, so you do not have to worry about that. If you're here to look at the speed between the two, don't worry. I'm giving you my like honest thoughts. Both of them are very fast and speedy. So don't come here for speed. Don't worry about it. Both of them are amazing. Speed shouldn't be a factor because they're pretty much equal, even though the Galaxy S3 has a quad-core CPU and versus a HTC One X. It came down to me for the smart features. I like the Sense UI. Don't get me wrong. I like Sense UI. However, I never liked TouchWiz, but this TouchWiz isn't actually that bad. Samsung added a lot of cool features in there. They changed things up a bit, which to the better, actually, a lot better than previous TouchWiz versions. Of course, HTC Sense improved a lot. If I was talking about the skin, I would say HTC Sense is so much better. Mostly because of the customization that you can do. Galaxy S3 is not too much customization when compared to the One X. But it's not. This isn't like a skin battle. This is a kind of an overall software battle, and because of that, I have to give my vote to the Samsung Galaxy S3. So if you like this video, if you think I'm right, let me know in the comments. If you think I'm wrong, let me know why down below in the comment section. Give me your opinion, but this is basically my opinion on the two devices. I've used both of them for quite some time now. So if you used both the devices, if you know a bit of them, let me know down below of what you think is better, your opinion, and whatever you think. So down below in the comment section, and give this video a quick thumbs up showing that you liked it. If you want more of these kind of videos. Like I said, I have a lot more videos like benchmarks, hardware, video, camera tests, boot up time tests, all these kind of stuff that I want to do on these two devices. So stay tuned to that. Subscribe to Play Infinite and leave your comments down below, like I said already, like 3 times. But I guess thanks for watching, and hopefully I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Peace.